Now we go back to our theme of the day. Of course, we're dealing with school uniforms. Now, the Competition Commission is poised to get tough on South Africa's school uniform monopolies, which force parents to cough up thousands of rands for new school kit, even though similar items can usually be bought elsewhere at a fraction of the cost. At the heart of the Commission's proposed investigation into the 10 billion rand school uniform industry are long-standing exclusive supplier arrangements entered into between school governing bodies, principals and retailers, as well as manufacturers. Now, school uniform manufacturer Gems Schoolwear has long been in the school uniform market. The company was established in 1968 and started selling the first school uniform in 1976. Currently, this business has 8 factories that produce uniforms made in South Africa by South Africans. Yusuf Vanka from Gems Schoolwear joins us from our Durban studio this morning. A very good morning to you, Yusuf. Thank you for being with us.
Morning to you too.
Yusuf, give us your view quickly. How do you view the investigation into monopolies that are, well, making school uniforms almost unaffordable for South African parents?
Okay, we had this debate plus minus in 2004 with then Mr. Qadri Asmal. Now, it's only certain aspects and certain provinces where we find this is rife. KwaZulu-Natal, we are lucky enough, we don't have that kind of issues where they've got monopolies and contracts with schools.
Now, what do you make of the allegations that backhanders are being paid and long-standing exclusive agreements are agreed upon? And how does it affect someone like in your business?
Okay, we keep on hearing about this. It does exist. I'll be lying to say that it does exist, especially with the private schools, and now you've got this new chain of private schools that come about. Lots of them have their own agreements. We as suppliers, we contact them and say, listen, sorry, close shop, we cannot use you. To give an example, what would sell in our shop for 100 rand sells there for 350, 400. That there needs to stop. There's too much of that happening. But lucky enough, we don't have any contract with any school that we deal with up to now.
What do you think should be happening going forward with the investigation of the Competition Commission? Do you think it's time to scrap all these agreements and have more competition in the school uniform sector, more openness?
Yes, but what government needs to do, they should set up a committee, maybe firstly approach manufacturers, look at different types of uniform, different costs of uniform, and different uniform fabrics. Thereafter, go to the schools, look at the size of the schools. I'll give you an example. You get a school, maybe there's about 40 children in that school. How can you have 3 or 4 suppliers for a school of 40 children? Then you've got a school which got 2,000 kids. There, obviously, you need 2 or 3 suppliers. So people need to, the government needs to look at that, look at affordability, look at ways of reducing the price, speak to manufacturers, and I suppose take it from there.
The problem that we have, though, Yusuf, is parents are now complaining about high cost of school uniforms, and they're saying that it's becoming unaffordable, and in some instances they are forced to buy from only one supplier who's got this kind of agreement with a school.
Yes, that is agreed, but again, we need to identify who the schools are. Right, those schools, government or the Department of Education needs to go to the schools, find out what's happening, and look at price, and look at relativity, and look at quality as well.
The Competition Commission will make all of those names available in due course when they publish all the details of the investigation. Now, how do we make school uniforms more affordable in South Africa?
It's very simple. Okay, I can't talk for other manufacturers, I'll talk for our philosophy. We try and keep our prices low as possible, markups as low as possible. We buy, I don't say we buy cheap, we buy quality fabrics at a very good price, number one. Number two, we don't have a 10% increase every year. A price of a school shirt, if you bought from us 2002, was 30 Rand. 2017, that same shirt is 60 Rand. So it's basically 3.5% every year for the last 15 years. So that's a very, very small increase.
Going forward, what do you want to see happen in the entire industry? Do you think it's time for us to re-look at the whole industry and regulate it better?
Yes, as I said, yes and no. Yes, for certain players in the market, definitely they've got the upper hand and they've got this supplier contracts. We have to look at those schools, those service providers, and we need to take action against them.
Yusuf, thank you very much for joining us from GEM Schoolwear, joining us from Durban, talking about school uniforms, affordability, the cost of making them. They've been doing it since 1976. Now, that is, more than 40 years. Live from Durban. Let's have a look at, the poll that we're running. We're asking you, is it becoming unaffordable? Is it school uniforms? Are they becoming too expensive for parents? Is it that what we have? 183 votes. It hasn't been updated, unfortunately, but we still sit on above 80%. Above 80% say it's becoming unaffordable. There's the update. Thank you very much. 193 votes in now. Still, 81% say yes, school uniforms are simply becoming unaffordable.